Hey, good evening. My name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is Tullamore Dew Cider Cask. This is a 40% ABV, no age statement coming from Tullamore Dew. Essentially, they take their blend of Irish whiskey, and then they've aged it in Oloroso sherry, the ex-bourbon, and then they finished it in cider casks. Personally, I'm a huge cider fan. I always love sipping on a ice-cold cider. And in more recent times, I would say between the past 5 to 8 years, ciders tend to be my go-to. They're just something a little different. They're fun, and they're pretty tasty. I will be doing some of their other Tullamore Dew products. They're standard, and I also have a bottle of their rum cask finished. Those will go up above when they go live and down below. And they do have a 12 and a 15-year-old Tullamore Dew. I might do those. I can usually find them around my parts pretty easily. But we'll see. So yeah, this one though was really not an easy one for me to find. It took a little bit of traveling and a few phone calls, but I finally found a place that had one bottle of it. And it was one of those situations, I bought it, and the guy's like, oh wow, he was kind of surprised that it sold. And he's like, have you had it? Is it good? And I go, well, I haven't. I said, but I'll let you know. And I called him back after I tried. I go, yeah, it's pretty darn good. So we're going to be trying this 2 different ways as always. First way, going to go neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add a few drops of water, see what changes up. Now, Tullamore Dew is just one of those good classic, in my opinions, especially in that budget area. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, golden color, beautiful. Very much like a cider on its color. We don't know how long it stayed in those cider casks. I'm going to assume probably like Dewards does like up to 6 months. I'm going to assume it's something similar. Let's go for notes. Yeah, you get cider on the nose like instantly. That sweet, overly sweet apple note. Like a fresh, like a cider, like you just got it cidered from the tap. Get a Strombo from the tap. Oh, I love a good Strombo. But you also, as you keep going back to it, you get a few of those other classic Irish notes. You're getting a bit of that oatmeal quality, that butter cookie, shortbread cookie. There's the word I was looking for. Very, very low ABV on the nose. But very fresh, teetering on the floral, but not quite floral. More, not quite perfume, but it definitely, the apple is a fresh apple to it. A little bit of spice in there too. It's beautiful. For that budget area, this is really good on the nose. Okay, let's go for taste. ABV is a little punchy. It's got a little burn to it. But you get this nice, solid apple note. But the apple kind of goes away pretty quick. You're kind of rounded back out with some spice. The oak note is showing up pretty strong. A little sweetness in there. Again, that apple is there, but it does not linger long in the finish. It's apple spiced. Again, that ABV is showing up there a little bit on the taste. Not a super long finish. It's basically done. Again, you get a little bit of that shortbread cookie note and a little bit of caramel in there. A little dryness as well. It's a little bit dry on the finish. But again, that apple is nice. I wish that apple was a little bit longer on that finish to kind of really make it stand out a little differently. It's not overly complex, as most of your budget Irishes are not. Even your more expensive Irishes can be a little more flat in notes. Seeing if anything else pops up here at the end. I don't think so. Let's go for one more. Almost got a maple quality to it. Almost maple, like, I don't know. It's just got kind of a mapley sweetness to it. Maybe. It's not bad. It's all right. It's not bad. Okay, let's add a little bit of water in there and see what changes up. I'm hoping a few of those fruit notes show up a little bit more. There we go. Actually, it kind of disappeared altogether. You still get that apple sweetness on there, but ABV is non-existent. You get a bit of the apple sweetness, but that's about it. All other notes have gone away for the nose on this. Let's go for taste. Brought down the ABV how aggressive it was. It brought it down a little bit. Apple sweetness is there. It dialed back on those oak notes. You get a little bit more of that buttery shortbread cookie note in there. Kind of what the Irish notes are. Spice is still there, but not quite as strong. The apple has a little bit longer finish to it. Not a whole bunch. Just a little bit longer finish on that. But still simple on the palate. It's definitely not as aggressive as the neat version. It's dialed back a little bit on that. Yeah, okay. It's not bad. It's pretty solid. So, let's talk about market pricing. Because we all know market price is market price.
Hey, real quick, before we get to the market pricing on this one, I actually say in the video that I paid $35 for it. I actually only paid $30 for it. After checking receipts, I screwed up on my pricing. So, just to let you guys know.
I picked this up for, I think, $34. And that seems to be about what it's going for online and a few other places. I've seen some of them go as low as like 30 to 33. Again, I paid 34. It's different enough that it's curious. If you're not a huge Tullamore Dew fan, honestly, it's probably not going to do too much for you. You still get a lot of those a little bit more aggressive, younger notes of that the Irish can give you sometimes. Being that it is that budget area too, it's a little bit more, just a little more aggressive on those notes. The apple cider finish on there is nice. I wish it was a little bit longer because after I've tasted what Dewards can do with their finishes, it kind of puts a lot of these to shame because I feel like they do their finishes in such an amazing way. I would love to see them being Tullamore Dew expand out a little bit more. Again, we see the Caribbean rum cask finished. I'd like to see them do what Dewards is doing and kind of get out there and mix and mingle a little bit more. I'd also like to see Dewards do a cider cask finish. I think that would be great. I'm 100% on board with that. I would really love to see that happen. But I don't think it's bad, and I wouldn't honestly, to be frank, I wouldn't pay the $35 for this one again. If I was in the market to buy another bottle, I probably wouldn't go above $30. I would actually probably look for it to be cheaper yet, just because I just don't feel like, I feel like in that price range, there's a lot more interesting things out there that you can find that are going to give you a little bit better, neat experience. Now, with a little bit of water, wasn't too shabby though. So yeah, there you go. Tullamore Dew Cider Cask. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask down below in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer that. If you have any specific spirits you would like me to review, also let me know down below as well. I'm always looking for something unique and exciting to try, and if I can find it reasonably, I'll definitely check it out. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.